from your band. It will send one request directly to the sensor. Sensor will start calculating the heart rate, calculating the raw data, and it will not give you the data back. It will keep on calculating and will keep on storing the data into its memory unit. Once the data is ready, the sensor itself will notify you that yes, data is ready and you can read the entire data, and that we'll be reading that the entire data, and then we'll be putting the data into one algorithm, and then we'll be calculating the heart rate of a given person. And this is the same method which I have explained you in the basic fundamental, like having a sensor, retrieving the data, putting some algorithm, storing and displaying. That is what you need. And again, one more very new feature is your blood oxygen level. Blood oxygen level, again, it works on the same principle as the heart rate works. Your red blood carries oxygen, and when you pumps and depumps, when your heart pumps and depumps your oxygen, your blood, then based on the data we get on the sensor, that actually saturates, like when it pumps, we'll be having more oxygen in your blood, and when it depumps or when it retrieves, we'll be having lesser oxygen. So that ratio we calculate, and that ratio is called the blood saturation ratio, that is SpO2. There's a special term for that, SpO2 level monitoring. For blood oxygen, we actually use heart rate also. So to read blood oxygen level, first we start heart rate, and then based on the beats, we calculate the raw data for blood oxygen level. So this is one of the latest feature that a lot of companies are giving for Fitbands, because nowadays it is really important, because after the COVID-19 pandemic, it is really important to be healthy and to track your body, like how your body is functioning and what is your heart rate and how much oxygen you have. So it is really important nowadays. A lot of people, they are really becoming health conscious, and which is very good thing, and that is the reason why a lot of companies are going into this market. This is how this works. So then again, we have other fitness features like step counters and fall detection. Step counters and fall detection uses a single sensor, which is your accelerometer, which calculates the acceleration of your body based on the gravity acceleration, that is acceleration due to gravity. So it calculates your acceleration into 3 dimensions, 3 axes, X, Y, Z. And with the help of this, we can calculate step counter and fall detection. You might have experienced this sensor or this feature, not this feature, but the use of this sensor in your cell phone. So there is a feature in our cell phone called, whenever you turn your phone in landscape mode, so your video or photo or whatever you're watching, it automatically turns. So this is the use of accelerometer, or there is one more sensor called gyroscope. So with the help of these sensors, they use to rotate the screen of your cell phone. So okay, that is different part, but now we're focusing on step counter and fall detection. So how step counter works? So step counter is basically how many steps you have walked. It's like a walking counter, how many steps, and like it will calculate the steps you have walked. And how it works basically is it works on your vertical axis acceleration. So like whenever a human moves, whenever a human walks, there's a little variation in the vertical acceleration, the vertical axis acceleration. And the sensor is so accurate to calculate that vertical axis moment in the form of step. Because there might be one doubt that, a lot of people have small steps, a lot of people have bigger steps. How we calculate it? So let me clear you that this step counter is not based on the distance, what is the distance between your steps. So it is basically on some other technology, because if it is based on your distance, then this is not possible to develop such kind of feature, because every human will have different steps, every human will have different speed also as well, and that's why this technology will not work. So the basic technology is it determines the variation in your vertical axis of your acceleration, and based on that it counts the step. Again, the technology is same. Whenever you want to start step counter, just give an alert to the sensor will start step counting. It will keep on storing into one memory unit or into one dedicated register inside the accelerometer, and whenever the data is ready, it will notify to your controller, and it depends on the controller whether the controller wants to read it at that time or not. And again, we can have continuous step counting feature where you can continuously calculate and keep on storing the step counters. Then again, for fault detection is important. If you are working in a factory, or your labor, or if you're working in some goods carrier vehicle, goods carrier transportation job, there, if this feature is required where you're falling it suddenly, or if some accident happens, basically if some accident happens to you or while walking, or if you slips away or something, anything happens, then again, based on the accelerometer, whenever you fall, you'll be having one sudden drastic change of the acceleration of the sensor, and based on that, the device calculates that yes, the fall detection has occurred, and it will actually store and give you one notification, yes, the fall detection has occurred. And this feature can be enabled, disabled. And yes, this also works on the same. We'll be keeping this feature on in the accelerometer by sending one command to the sensor, and the sensor will keep on reading it. And once the fall detects, the sensor will keep on storing the data. Yes, fall has detected, and whenever we want it, we'll be reading. Otherwise, we will just